Hey everybody, welcome to another Demon's Souls Remake PS5 FAQ. So to show you how complicated this FAQ is, I've recorded like two versions of this, like one half an hour, the other one an hour, and I screwed up both times because it was like so intricate and I missed kind of like the important steps and stuff. I guess if I was smart, I should have scripted it, but I thought I could do it without it. So I'm going to try a third time, and I think this time I'm going to get everything right. So what am I talking about? This is something, there's a lot of information on this on the internet. It dates all the way back to the PlayStation 3 version, but there hasn't been anything comprehensive as far as I know on YouTube, and believe me, I've checked from any of the big sites. And what this is it's very simple. How do you go through the game as a new player, just starting with new game, not new game plus or etc., but new game, first playthrough? How do you properly manage your world tendency and character tendency to get everything you can in as efficient a manner as possible without going through the game again and again and again? And how do you do this by yourself? Offline, okay? Offline. No multiplayer or PvP manipulation. Because there's quite a few people out there who are going to be in that situation. And even if you're doing PvP, it's not the simplest thing in the world to shift these world and character tendencies, because you do need cooperation from other people. It can, and it also online itself can make world tendency shifting difficult. So this is the goal of this video. It's going to be, seriously guys, it's going to be like over an hour. Now you can watch it in increments, you can skip around, but it's difficult to get all of this stuff right. Okay, so I mean, I hope that even in an hour and a half or an hour's time, that it's done correctly and done thoroughly. All right, and because it's going to also include things that is only in the remake that was not in that's not in the original PS3 version. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, to avoid confusion, we're going to leave the fractured world. I was doing that for some dumb reason. So I am currently in new game +6, okay? I finished the game 6 times. So this is why this game is just starting. I haven't beaten any bosses. All the shrines are still locked except for World 1 Boletaria Palace. So here we go. First things first. World tendency is something that essentially is calculated on a 7-point scale. So each world, and let's go to the tendency map here. So you have world and character. As you can see, I am pure black. As you can see, every single world is pure white. As this is my 6th time through, I've manipulated it. So I start each game, each new game plus version, with everything in pure white, which makes it a lot simpler for other reasons, which we don't need to go into right now. So you go from a white to black, and the world tendency affects a lot of little things. It affects, how much damage you do, how much damage you take, certain enemies that are more challenging may appear, etc., etc. We're not going to worry too much about that. You can do all the research yourself and read about world tendency and how to manipulate it per se. But we're here to talk about what order to do things on a playthrough. So obviously, when you start your game, you will not be on pure white world tendency. When you open up the screen, all of your worlds will be on neutral. Okay, so in terms of the language for the rest of the video, let's go on a 7-point scale. So neutral, we're going to assign a value of 0, and then pure white is going to be a value of +3. So 3 steps more white will get you to pure white, and then pure black, this is going to be tricky, is not -3. Okay, guys, pure black is -4. It's a 7-point scale, not symmetrical, 7-point scale. So +3 pure white, -4 pure black. Okay, and in order to shift between world tendencies, in order to go toward white, there's actually only a very few ways of doing so. First way is you kill a boss in the world. Each world's tendency, of course, is independent of the other worlds. Kill a boss in the world tendency, you will move 1 step, typically, to a step and a half toward white. It depends on the world you're in, okay? if you kill a Black Phantom NPC, those are named NPCs, okay, named non-player characters, and there's only one in each world. If you kill one of those guys, you will move your world tendency 3 points toward white. If you kill a primeval demon, which shows up as a black or pure black, that means that the world has to be -3 or -4 for the primeval demon to show up. You will move that world tendency 3 steps up toward white. The Black Phantom NPC only appears in -4, pure black. Okay, so those are the only 3 ways offline you can move a world toward white tendency. Very tricky. For black, you can move it if you die in the world in body form. So a death in body form will move you 1 step, 1 point toward black, negatively. And if you kill a white world tendency character of a white world tendency event, and there's only 5 of those, you will move it 3 steps toward black, -3. Okay? And then finally, in Boletarian Palace, if you kill Old King Doran as a side quest, you will move the world tendency of the Boletarian Palace -2, 2 steps. Okay, that's a event unique to the Boletarian Palace because Old King Doran is only in that level. So that's it. That's how you manipulate world tendency toward white and toward black. Now, why would you want to do that? Because on the extremes, in pure white, +3, or pure black, -4, you are going to get access to items and to things that you can only get in that extreme. The primeval demon shows up beginning at -3, black world tendency, not pure black. Okay, you want to get those primeval demons as well, because the primeval demon gives you a item drop called a Colorless Demon Soul, which is instrumental in raising the stats of certain special weapons and shields in the game. And you can only get offline without glitching and without manipulating. You can only get 10 Colorless Demon Souls per playthrough of the game. And so you want to get every one of those if you can. So let's start now by going through. Now, this is world tendency. Character tendency is completely different. Character tendency stays with you across all the worlds, and character tendency is on a 10-point scale. You start off again at neutral, 0. And you can go from 0 to either -5, which is pure black, all the way to +5, which is pure white. And you want to get both because, again, you can only obtain certain items in the game if you're at pure white or pure black. It also has a lot of effects on how much health you have in soul form, how much damage you're going to be dishing out as a character in soul form. But for our purposes, that's inconsequential. We're just here to manipulate to get stuff that we want. So that's something that we're going to also have to look out for, because the only way to move toward pure white character tendency offline solo mode is by killing the previously mentioned Black Phantom NPCs. And you can only kill those guys when the world is at pure black world tendency. So there's going to be a little bit of juggling necessary. And if you want to go from neutral to pure white character tendency in one playthrough, you cannot screw up at all, okay? And any little screw up will prevent you from doing this. And some of the big YouTube channels, like Fighting Mike Games, I think, or whatever, like, he screwed up, actually. It's very easy to do so. So even, like, really good players, people who do this for a living, they can screw up. So hopefully you now understand the stakes. So let's pay attention. And I'm going to try to get you through this so that you don't miss anything, okay? So here we go. So the first thing you do is we're going to begin, manipulating tendencies, okay? Now, in pure white world tendency, you have certain tasks I want you to accomplish. First, I need you to accomplish, obviously, all of the pure white world tendency events. If you do all of the pure white world tendency events, you will get the loot drops, you will get the items. That's kind of the whole point of getting into pure white world tendency in the first place. But a secondary goal, getting into pure white world tendency, is once you're in there, you also have access to the ceramic coins that's only in the PS5 remake. And these ceramic coins are going to help you get an item called a rusted key. I will show you that right now. You can see that this is a rusted key. It will give you this rusted key, which is then going to be used to open a door behind a secret wall in section 1-3 of Boletaria Palace. and that will give you access to the Penetrator armor. This is the hardest armor to get in the game. It was an Easter egg put in by Blue Point Games, and it's very difficult to get that. So you want to get the ceramic coins as well, okay? And that's tricky because in order to get the ceramic coins, you have to have access to essentially most of each level in order to get there. And so it doesn't help you to get the world into pure white world tendency if you can't get to the area to get those coins and to get those events. So you have to juggle things a certain way to do it. It adds another layer of complexity to the instructions. All right, so here we go. When you first start playing the game, everything's going to be neutral. You're going to be forced to go to Boletaria Palace. Listen carefully. Play through the game as normal. And when you play through the game as normal, you're going to go ahead, beat the first boss, Phalanx. After beating Phalanx, okay, you're going to go ahead and you're going to beat the Red Dragon. And then after that, you're going to beat the Tower Knight. That will take you all the way through section 1.1 and 1.2, all the way to the large door that goes to the section 1.3. So if you beat Phalanx, the Red Dragon, and the Tower Knight, this will take you into pure white world tendency at Boletaria Palace. Each of those bosses gives you a +1 bump. You will be at +3. You will be at pure white world tendency. Okay. At this point, you are not done yet, because even though you are at pure white world tendency after beating those 3 bosses, you cannot get into section 1.3. And section 1.3, you have to get into section 1.3 because the primeval demon spawns there, and there are ceramic coins to be found there. So you have to get into section 1.3, and the only way to get to section 1.3 is by defeating one of the archdemons in the other worlds, in essence finishing a world. Okay, so put that aside, and then the next step I want you to go is to go to Stone Fan Tunnel. Okay, so after you've beaten the Tower Knight, move to Stone Fan Tunnel. Stone Fan Tunnel is important because you're going to access Ed the blacksmith, so go ahead and do that. So in Stone Fan Tunnel, I want you to go ahead and go through the game. I want you to beat the first boss, the Armored Spider, and then I want you to go ahead and beat Flame Lurker, okay? If you've beaten Armored Spider and Flame Lurker, you will be in pure white world tendency. There's only 3 bosses in Stone Fan Tunnel, and defeating 2 of them is going to unlock pure white world tendency at that point, okay? I want you to stop at that point. Once you've beaten the first 2 bosses, stop. You've now achieved pure white world tendency. We're going to get back and we're going to clean up events later. Go now next to the Tower of Latria. Now, you can now do this in any order you want, by the way. You know, I like to do Boletaria Palace and Stone Fan Tunnel first because those 2 kind of unlock important things in the game. You get the blacksmith, you get certain souls that are important. After that, you can do the rest of the 3, Tower of Latria, Shrine of Storms, or Valley of Defilement, however you wish. But we'll just go through in order since that's simplest. So in Tower of Latria, you're going to be, again, neutral. You're going to beat the Fool's Idol. Okay, so beat that. And then you're going to beat the Man-Eater. If you beat Fool's Idol and Man-Eater, you will be at pure white world tendency. While in pure white world tendency, please go ahead and get the key at the top of the first tower in the in Upper Latria. Do a Google search, you know what I'm talking about. Get that key. That's the key to unlock the cell to Lord Rydell's Blue Phantom. Okay, so get it to pure white world tendency by beating Fool's Idol Man-Eater, then go and get the key to unlock Lord Rydell's cell. Now stop. You're at pure white world tendency in the Tower of Latria. In the Shrine of Storms, if you beat the Adjudicator and you defeat the old hero, that's the blind guy. If you defeat those 2 bosses, you will be at pure white world tendency. Okay? And at that point, please stop. You've achieved your goal, pure white world tendency. Now finally, listen up. You're going to the Valley of Defilement. You're going to be on neutral world tendency. Okay? This is very special, so pay attention. At Valley of Defilement, at neutral world tendency, if you defeat Leechmonger and the Dirty Colossus, you will be at pure white world tendency. At that point, and only in the Valley of Defilement, I need you to kill the Archdemon. So in all of the other worlds, Stone Fan, Tower of Latria, Shrine of Storms, I don't want you to touch the last boss. But in the Valley of Defilement, you're going to kill the last boss. You're going to kill the Archdemon. So go through Valley of Defilement, kill Leechmonger, kill Dirty Colossus, and go ahead and kill Maiden Astraea. She is the archdemon. Kill her. You are now at pure white war tendency. You were at pure white war tendency after killing the Dirty Colossus, but you're going to go ahead and kill Maiden Austria as well. And so now at the end of this kind of sequence that I just outlined for you, you have achieved pure white war tendency for all of these levels, okay? The bosses, the archdemon bosses, for 4 of them, the first 4 are untouched, and you've killed the archdemon for the Valley of Defilement. Having killed the archdemon Maiden Austria of the Valley of Defilement, I want you to go back to Boletaria Palace. You will now be able to access Section 1-3 because you defeated an archdemon, and I need you to unlock all of Section 1-3. Go through the whole level, open the gate from the other side. Once you do so, please go ahead and free Yuria the Witch. That's one of the events that you should be taking care of. Do not free Biorr. He's in the jail. You keep him locked up in the jail. So hopefully you've got that so far. Okay, so now we're set to begin White War Tendency loot and to accomplish some of those tasks. So hopefully you're following me so far. Now at this point, I need to make a few comments just so you understand how things work. Please understand that in order for you to change or shift things to pure to black, you have to die in body form, okay, in those worlds. And the only way to die in body form is by using this item called the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. You have to farm those stones, find those stones in the game. You need those stones, okay? Now, every time you beat a boss in Demon Souls, remember earlier I talked to you about killing this guy, beating this boss, every time you beat a boss, it is instrumental. It is absolutely critical. And a lot of other videos talk about this in World Tendency Shifts, but I'm going to reiterate that. It is critical that the minute you beat a boss, you immediately touch the Archstone and you go back to the Nexus and you do this. You go all the way up to the 2nd floor. Watch me going all the way up to the 2nd floor and you kill yourself in the Nexus. That will take you out of body form into soul form. You must do this every single time you beat any single boss in the world, okay? You go right here, you jump right off, and then you're going to go back into soul form. So obviously I'm already in soul form, but kill yourself from here, and then go back up again and get the souls. For instance, pretend I'm in body form, I die, okay? I'll get into soul form, and then from there, do not forget after killing yourself. Now you're in soul form, of course, right? You were in body form, get in soul form. Don't forget to go back up and get your souls, okay? You must do this every time you defeat a boss because that will prevent you from accidentally forgetting and then dying in body form in the world. And dying in body form in the world is a disaster because if you do that, it's going to affect your ability to manipulate properly, okay? Especially if you're solo online, so we got the Souls of Tree. So hopefully you understand that mechanic. Please never ever forget that. And also when you're doing all of this, I know I said this at the start of the video, when you're doing all of this, remember, we are doing solo offline. You must play offline. You must play offline during this section, during this entire manipulation, because if you play online, the minute you become attain body form, there's a very small chance you might get invaded at that point before you can touch the Archstone, and if you get killed by a Black Phantom by a Black Phantom multiplayer invader, that will screw up your world tendencies. Okay, so again, offline the entire time, and every time you kill a boss, the first thing you do is you touch the Archstone, and you get back to the Nexus, you kill yourself, get yourself back into soul form. Okay, so with that set aside, all these little kind of mechanical things, bookkeeping things set aside, let's review. Boletaria Palace, you are now at pure white world tendency. You have access to most of the entire world. Stone Fan Tunnel, Tower of Latria, and Shrine of Storms, you are pure white world tendency. The boss is intact. Last boss, Archdemon, intact and untouched in those worlds. And the Valley of Defilement, you've completely finished. You've beaten all 3 bosses, including the Archdemon. The world is in pure white world tendency, okay? So the first thing you do is when you have achieved the pure white world tendency is to go to this statue. And you are going to offer 25,000 souls, which I have already done, and you are going to go to Fracture World, and you are going to enter Fracture World. Fractured World is where the entire game is inverted. Everything is left becomes right, right becomes left. You can clearly see that. You can read up on that if you don't understand what it is. It's pretty confusing, but you have to enter Fractured World because that is the only world where you're going to find those ceramic coins. That is the only world where you're going to find the ceramic coins. You will not find the ceramic coins outside Fractured World. So you got to go into Fractured World, and your first job, now that you have the worlds in pure white, is to get the ceramic coins. Okay, now I'm going to let you look it up. This FAQ is going to be long enough as it is. Look at them on the internet, find out where those ceramic coins are. They can only be achieved, you can only find them in Fractured World in pure white or pure black world tendency. We're going to do the pure white ones first. There are 7 in pure white world tendency, 3 in Fractured mode Boletarian Palace, and then 1 each in Stonefan, Latria, Shrine of Storms, and Valley of Defilement. Total of 7. Get all of them in Fractured World. Okay, so that's next goal. Once you've gotten them, immediately leave Fractured World because it's very confusing to play. So now you've gotten all 7 ceramic coins in the pure white world tendency. You will now leave Fractured World. Okay? After leaving Fractured World, you are now going to work on the pure white world tendency events in each world. Coins always come first. Get the ceramic coins first. The reason you have to get the ceramic coins is sometimes when you start doing the white world tendency events, you're going to begin shifting world tendencies back and forth. Another thing that's very critical to understand, the change to the world's tendency will not take effect until you have warped at the Archstone, either going back to the Nexus or you have gone to another world. I'm going to repeat that. The shift to the world tendency will not occur until you have used the Archstone to either warp or go to the Nexus. So similarly, of course, when you're changing the world into pure white world tendency, that takes care of itself because each time you kill a boss to shift the world tendency, you're going back to the Archstone, going to the Nexus to kill yourself to get yourself out of body form. So you're automatically already, quote unquote, saving the changes. But this is something to remember, especially when you're shifting back toward black. None of the changes is going to count until you go to an Archstone and either use it to warp to another location in that world or you use it to warp back to the Nexus. Please keep that in mind. Okay. So now we're gonna go back to Boletaria Palace, and what is the white world tendency event in Boletaria Palace? So in Boletaria Palace, you're gonna go there, go to the very first section, section 1.1, which is the Gates of Baliteria. Okay, that's right over here, Gates of Baliteria. Okay, and you're gonna go in there. You're gonna go to a side gate in the very beginning of the level toward the left. Again, you can check all of this up. Look under white world tendency events. It's very clear. At that point, go through the gate, and you're going to kill body form Executioner Marauda. You're going to kill her. You're going to loot her body. You're going to get her items, and you're going to go through where she lives. You're going to go down this long, deep pit. You're going to pick up the brushwood armor, the ring of great strength, and then you're going to pick up, even more critically, the Colorless Demon Soul. Now, where is this Colorless Demon Soul? It is on a body halfway down. You have to drop down, take off all your armor, take off your shield, take off your sword. You're going to go naked, and then just drop down very carefully and get it. Again, there's plenty of resources to show you how to do that. So white world tendency in Boletarian Palace, kill Executioner Marauda, get the Colorless Demon Souls, and get the loot in her pit. That's a pure white world tendency event. And you can also go up to where the dragons are nesting and pick up all the loot there, because on pure white world tendency, both dragons will be gone. Of course, the red dragon is gone because you killed it. The blue dragon will also have disappeared. You'll be safer to loot there. That's it. Those are the pure white world tendency events that I need you to accomplish. Okay? Now, when you do this and you exit Boletarian Palace after accomplishing these events, the world tendency will automatically move to neutral. Why did it do that? It went into neutral because you killed Executioner Marauda. And killing Executioner Marauda, which is a pure white world tendency character, even though she attacks you, but killing her will shift the world tendency back 3 steps toward neutral. You went -3, so now instead of pure white world tendency, you are now at 0 neutral world tendency after finishing the pure white world tendency events in World 1. And that's okay, because you have nothing left you have to accomplish that requires pure white world tendency. Okay? You already got the ceramic coin, I hope. I told you to get all the ceramic coins, so you got that. You don't have to worry about that. So now you're done with Boletarian Palace for now, okay? So you're set. Here's an important thing. Killing Executioner Marauda in pure white world tendency does not shift your character tendency toward black. You're going to still be neutral in character tendency, okay? So getting back to world number 2. In world number 2, at this point, you're going to be taking care of the White World tendency in world number 2. I need you to now go into the last level, section 2-3. This is the temple where you fight the dragon demon god. If you go down there, you take a left. Because you're in pure White World tendency, the rubble guarding the dragon stone sword, or whatever you call that thing, this big dragon stone blade. Okay, hold on a second. I want to get the names right. So let's see what this thing is called here. It's called the Dragon Bone Smasher. Okay, so the Dragon Bone Smasher in the temple of the dragon demon god. The way to that sword is going to be open because you're in pure White World tendency. If you're not in pure White World tendency, there will be rubble there blocking the path. But because you are, the rubble is going to be gone. Hang a left, grab this sword, the Dragon Bone Smasher, and then warp out. Either use the Arc Stone or evacuate spell, warp out. You will now have this sword. Take the sword, equip the sword, and then go find Scurvier the Wanderer. He will only appear if you are in pure White World tendency. Do your research, find him. Show him the sword and get the pure Greystone. Okay, get the pure Greystone, and that's all. That's the only thing you have to do in World 2, pure White World tendency event. Okay, now, please, it's very important. At this point, once you've gotten the pure Greystone from him, when you show it to him, you're done with World 2. There's no more pure White World tendency events. Do not touch him. Do not touch Scurvier the Wanderer. Do not kill him. Do not antagonize him. You must keep him intact. If you kill him, you will not only shift the world tendency neutral, just like you did with killing Executioner Marauda, but the big difference is because Scurvier the Wanderer in White World tendency is a neutral character, didn't attack you, murdering him or killing him is going to shift your character tendency one step toward black. You cannot do that. That will screw up everything. So do not touch Scurvier the Wanderer. Move into the Tower of Latria, same thing. Because you got the key in pure White World tendency earlier, use that key, unlock Lord Rydell's cell in the Prison of Hope, free him, he will give you the Dole Rat's Ring. You're going to then pick up all of the loot in the area that's now unlocked. You also go downstairs to the first floor, go up to the second floor east cells, get the Rogue's Armor, get all of that stuff. Again, check up the pure White World tendency event, Tower of Latria. You don't need me to go through all of that. You're done with Tower of Latria. You must not kill or touch Lord Rydell. Okay, he's another one where if you kill him, you're going to move toward pure black character tendency. You're going to move a step toward that. We don't want that. Okay, you're playing offline solo. You're done with Tower of Latria. Now we go to the Shrine of Storms. The Shrine of Storms, pure White World tendency, you're going to meet Matsuki in section 4.1. If you meet Matsuki, he will ask you to find the magic sword Makoto for him. That's going to be in the pit in section 4.2, where Patches pushed you in. Go ahead, go there. Now the sword Makoto, which was at the top of this rock formation, will be on the floor. Pick it up. Go talk to Satsuki. Give him the sword. Do not equip the sword. If you equip the sword, he will attack you immediately, and you will miss out on the achievement. You must be carrying the sword in your inventory. Let him see it. Close the deal. Give him the sword. He will then immediately attack you. Defend yourself. Kill him, and then take the sword back from his dead body. You will get the achievement, and then because you killed Matsuki, and then you exit and you use the Archstone to go back to the Nexus, you will find that the world tendency for the Shrine of Storms will have changed and shifted from +3 to 0. Okay, you've gone down to neutral. And that's good. You will also find that your character tendency has been untouched. Killing Matsuki will not affect your character tendency because he attacked you first, just like Executioner Marauda. So it's acceptable to kill Executioner Marauda and Satsuki. You're getting your world tendency to neutral, but you're not affecting your character tendency. You are now done with the Shrine of Storms. Okay? And then finally, for the Valley of Defilement, go back there and go back to section 5.3, where you killed Maiden Austria. Go to where Garl Vinland was standing. You will now see a black phantom Garl Vinland. Kill him. You're going to get the bromed, you're going to get bromed armor. You will pick up also the bromed weapon, not the armor. You get the bromed weapon. You'll pick up the armor that you got from previously having the regular Garl Vinland disappear, and you will get the Crest of Vinland. From there, move into section 5-2, and at 5-2, you're going to find Sellen Vinland. Give her the Crest of Vinland. Sellen Vinland will then give you the Ring of Devout Prayer. Once she gives you the Ring of Devout Prayer, you'll be done with her event. Do not touch her. If you kill her, you will again shift your character tendency. We don't want that. And then finally, go to section 5.1, where on Pure White World Tendency there will be a ladder right before the final stage, the final lead up into Leechmonger stage. Go up the ladder, and get Istarel. And at that point, you have done every single White World event in the Valley of Defilement. Okay, so Istarel, killing Black Phantom God of Vinland, and then changing the crest of Vinland for the Ring of Devout Prayer with his sister Selen, you're done there. Killing Black Phantom God of Vinland will not change your character tendency or world tendency. Okay, so at this stage, all right, hopefully you've got all of this with me. You will now have completed all of the White World tendency events. You've gotten all of the loot, and the current situation in the world tendency, the world tendency is 0, neutral for Boletarian Palace, pure white for Stonefang Tunnel, +3, pure white for Latria, +3, neutral 0 for Shrine of Storms, and pure white for the Valley of Defilement. And now you are done with the White World tendency. You've gotten all the ceramic coins. You've done everything. Now we are going to shift the world tendencies toward black. And the way to do it is you have to die in that world enough times to change it from all the way to pure black, which is -4, okay? So every time you do this, you are going to use the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. You're going to use it, go into body form in that world, you're going to kill yourself, restart, use another stone, kill yourself. You keep doing it until you get to pure black. So here you have to do the math. The math has to be precise. For Boletarian Palace, you are at 0. You have to use 4 stones and kill yourself 4 times to get from 0 to -4. You're now pure black. For Stonefang Tunnel, you are at +3. So to get from +3 to -4, you have to use the stone 7 times, kill yourself 7 times. Same thing for Tower of Latria, 7 times. Same thing for Valley of Defilement, 7 times. And of course, for Shrine of Storms, you started at 0 neutral. You need to do 4 deaths with 4 stones to get to pure black. So if you add them all up, 3 times 7 is 21, plus 4 is 25, plus 4 is 29. You need 29 stones of ephemeral eyes in order to accomplish this. You get these stones by either finding them as loot, or you can farm the plague babies in section 5.3 to get them. But you need that, okay? So now let's go back and again reconnoiter. You are now in pure black world tendency for every single world by using those stones of ephemeral eyes and suiciding in body form. Now that you are in pure black world tendency, the first thing you do is you now go right back here to the Statue of Reflection, go into fractured mode. What are you going to do next? What you did, that was the first thing you did in pure white world tendency. In pure black world tendency, you are now going to be in fractured mode, and you are now going to get the ceramic coins in pure black world tendency. There are 6 of them. 6 of them. There are 2 in the Boletarian Palace, and then 1 each in each of the rest of the worlds. Total 6. Once you have gotten all 6 of those ceramic coins, you should have 13 ceramic coins total. 13 total. 7 in the fractured world of pure white world tendency, and 6 in now the pure black world tendency. 13. Now you're done collecting all of the ceramic coins in this playthrough. Once you have gotten all those ceramic coins, please go right back to the Statue of Reflection and leave the fractured world, okay? Now you are going to be working on pure black world tendency events. And pure black world tendency events, there's really only one thing you want to do in pure black world tendency. You want to kill the Black Phantom NPC, you want to kill a primeval demon, and those are basically the highlights of what you're trying to accomplish. So go to the Boletarian Palace. You will kill Black Phantom Executioner Marauder. After killing Black Phantom Executioner Marauder, do not, I repeat, do not go to the Archstone and come back to the Nexus. Do not warp in that world. You have to now take the path and go all the way to find the primeval demon in section 1.3, and you have to kill the primeval demon in one go, okay? You have to kill the primeval demon in one go without using the Archstone. Now, when you're killing these Black Phantoms, I advise you to go into body form. Remember that in the past, you did not want to be in body form, because if you died in body form, it would shift the world tendency one step toward black. But in this instance, okay, in this instance, you are already at pure black world tendency anyway, so there's no disadvantage to doing this. So you might as well go ahead. You might as well go ahead and excuse me. You might as well go ahead and use the extra health, because if you die, it doesn't matter. You're already at pure black. So use the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes to get yourself into body form, and that will give you a little bit more help. So here goes. In World 1, kill Execution Marauder. Do not go to the Archstone. Do not touch it. Use whatever spells, whatever advantage you can to track all the way from where you kill the Black Phantom to where the Primeval Demon is, and then kill the Primeval Demon. Here's a very important thing. This is a misconception, and certain YouTube videos have gotten this wrong. If you die doing this, you will not change or reset the world tendency. As long as you don't use the Archstone to warp in the world or go to the Nexus, you will still be at pure black. And this is very important, because if you use the Archstone to warp or you go back to the Nexus after killing the Black Phantom, it automatically resets the world up from a -3, up from a -4 to a -1. If you're at -1, the Primeval Demon will no longer appear. Remember, the Primeval Demon only appears at -3, so at -4, the Primeval Demon is there. But if you go back to the Nexus or you warp during the actual game itself, you use the Archstone, you will then, the effect of killing the Black Phantom will be then uploaded, and now you've shifted the world tendency from -4 to -1, and now the Primeval Demon will not occur. We don't want that. We want to kill Black Phantom, NPC, and Primeval Demon in one stretch to get all of that world shift tendency in one go. So again, this is going to be a little bit complicated, but in World 1, you kill the Black Phantom, do not go to the Archstone, do not warp, do not go to the Nexus, and you go all the way to the Primeval Demon, you kill the Primeval Demon. It will be challenging. You will be at -4. You may die. If you die, that's okay. It will warp you back to the Archstone. Starting at the Archstone after dying will not reset. You just keep trying until you manage to kill the Primeval Demon in one go, okay? Once you kill the Primeval Demon, it's now acceptable to go all the way back out. And if you go all the way back out to the Nexus, you will find that you flipped it from -4 pure black world tendency all the way to +2 white world tendency, which is only one step below pure white. You flipped it 6 points, which is huge. You've gotten from -4 to +2, because killing a Black Phantom moves you 3 steps positive. Killing a Primeval Demon moves you 3 steps positive. You've now flipped from -4 to +2, okay? In addition, by killing the Black Phantom Marauder, you have also shifted your character tendency from neutral to +1 toward white, pure white character. You've shifted 1 character level up white, okay? So you've done a lot of things in pure black world tendency by doing what I just told you to do. I hope that's clear so far. Now, go to Stonefang Tunnel. Same thing. Pure black, go down to where Skirvir the Wanderer is. He is now a Black Phantom Skirvir. Kill him. After killing him, suicide. It will start you back on the Archstone in the Tunnel City. You're not going to shift world tendency because you just died. You did not go to the Nexus or warp, and then from there work your way all the way back to the beginning of Stonefang Tunnel and kill the Primeval Demon, and then exit to the Nexus. You will now have flipped from -4 to +2. Okay, so Stonefang Tunnel is the only one where you actually have to die on purpose to warp back out of the pit up into the Archstone for Tunnel City. Again, it is critical. Do not use the Archstone to go to the Nexus or to warp to the Nexus or to warp in the world itself. You can only utilize the Archstone if you die and you spawn there, okay? Tower of Latria, same thing. Go down to the Prison of Hope, kill the Black Phantom Lord Rydell, and then from there, work your way down to the Fool's Idol Chamber, and then the Gargoyles will carry you up into Upper Latria, and then work your way through Upper Latria, kill the Primeval Demon, and then warp out. You've gone from -4 to +2. At this point, please remember, in the Tower of Latria, this is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. As you're working your way into the Primeval Demon, in the Blood Swamp, there will be a place where you can get the Sodden Ring, and that only appears in pure Black World Tendency. Check it up on YouTube with FAQs. So in Tower of Latria, this is the first time there's going to be one extra task for you, okay guys? In addition to killing Black Phantom Rydell, then going up, and on the way to killing the primeval demon, you must pick up the sodden ring at the blood swap in section 5-2, and then you're done, okay? So pick up the sodden ring. Now you're at +2 Tower of Latria after killing the primeval demon, Black Phantom Rydell. In the Shrine of Storms, this one is the same thing. In section 4-1, Black Phantom Matsuki will immediately attack, kill him, then track your way all the way through to section 4-2, kill the primeval demon. Now you've gone from -4 to +2. That's the only event you have to worry about in Shrine of Storms. And then finally, in the Valley of Defilement, you're going to go to section 5-2. Black Phantom Selen is going to be there. Kill her. You will get blind, the weapon from killing her. And then you will go all the way down the swamp, the poison swamp toward the left. You will kill the primeval demon, then warp out. You will now have gone from -4 to +2. So at this point, every single world is going to be at +2 white world tendency, okay? +2 white world tendency. Not pure white, but +2, just one step below it, okay? And your character tendency will now be pure white. Why? Because you have killed all 5 Black Phantom NPCs. You have killed Executioner Marauder, Scurvier, Rydell, Matsuki, and Selen, all Black Phantoms. When you kill all 5 Black Phantoms, your character tendency will move 5 steps toward white. That will be at pure white. Here is the issue. In World 1 and 2, there is a small chance that where you're fighting Executioner Marauder or Scurvier, the Wanderer, the Black Phantom version, they could die by falling off a edge. They could fall off a cliff, they could fall into the pit for Executioner Marauder, or they could fall off into the pit for Scurvier. You must not let that happen. You have to beat every phantom and kill them. You have to kill them with your sword or with a bow or with spells, but they cannot be allowed to fall to their death, and they cannot be soul sucked. If you do that, it will not count toward your character shift. You will not shift toward pure white. And that's what happened to fighting Mike. He screwed up in the sense that Scurvier the Wanderer, he was fighting him, fell off, and that didn't count. Remember, again, when you're fighting these guys, they must be fought fair and square. No cheap shortcuts. They can't fall down a cliff. They can't fall down a pit. They can't be soul sucked. You have to kill them fair and square. If you do that, you will be in pure white character tendency. At this point, please go immediately to the Monumental. I'm not going to go all the way up there. You know where to go. Go to the Monumental, talk to him. At pure white character tendency, he will give you the ally ring. That's done. Okay? Now, moving back toward the world tendency, now that you have the pure white character, you picked up the ally ring. At this point, you can now finish the entire game and flip everything essentially to pure white. Okay, so at the Boletaria Palace, you are now at neutral. At this point, you will, at this point, it's going to be a little bit tricky. So what you're going to need to do for this one is you have to, at this point, go ahead and kill the Penetrator. Once you kill the Penetrator, okay, that will move you into pure white world world tendency. Now you're at pure white world tendency. You will then continue to go through the level. Do not kill the blue dragon. You will go to Ostrava. Ostrava, if you've kept him alive, and you should have kept him alive, you keep Ostrava alive during the entire World 1, and at that point, he will give you the Mausoleum key. Take the Mausoleum key, go back to World Section 1-1, go to Old King Doran, kill Old King Doran for his loot and for his ring. You're going to get a Demon Brand, but killing the Old King Doran will shift you 2 steps back toward black. So now killing Penetrator to access Ostrava, who's going to hang out in Section 1-4, you get to pure white, you get a +3. But killing Old King Doran will shift you back down from +3 to +1, okay? From +3 all the way back to +1. You've lost 2 points because you've killed Old King Doran. At that point, once you've killed Old King Doran, but you've gotten all of his loot, you will then go back to World 1-1, and then you will kill the Blue Dragon, and you will kill False King Allant, and killing the Blue Dragon and False King Allant will shift you right back from +1 back to +3. You have now finished all of Boletarian Palace. At the end of your first playthrough, Boletarian Palace at the end of your first playthrough will be +3 pure white world tendency. Okay, rewind that and listen to it again if you need to. I know it's a little bit complicated, but now you're done with the Boletarian Palace. In Stonefan Tunnel, okay, at this point, go through Stonefan Tunnel, kill the last boss, kill the Dragon Demon God. When you kill him, you will be at pure White War tendency because you were at +2. Now killing the last boss, you will be at +3. You now end the game at Stonefan Tunnel, finishing that Archdemon, you're at pure White War tendency. Okay, done. Going to the Tower of Latria, you are now going to kill the old monk. Killing the old monk, you will move from +2 to +3. You are now at pure White War tendency, you're done. Okay? The Shrine of Storms, kill the Vanguard Demon, you will be at pure White War tendency. And then kill the Shrine Storm, the Storm King, you are already at pure White War tendency. You're all good, you're done. You are overshot, but you're going to end your game, new game playthrough, Shrine of Storms at pure White War tendency. Okay? Now, the Valley of Defilement is the only place where you're stuck, because in order for you to have access Section 1-3 in World 1, remember you had to get through that big door. The only way to get through the door that was sealed was to kill the Archdemon. You had to kill Maiden Austria. You had to kill her anyway in order to get the Crested Villain, the Black Phantom Garl Villain. So because you killed Maiden Austria, there's no Archdemon to kill in World 5. There's no bosses to kill in World 5. So Valley of Defilement, at the end of your new game playthrough, you are basically at +2, one step below pure White War tendency. So at the end of the game, okay guys, at the end of the game, you basically have just the Boletarian Palace, Stonefan Tunnel, Tower of Latria, Shrine of Storms, all at pure White War tendency, and the Valley of Defilement is at +2, one step below pure White War tendency. You're perfectly set up for New Game Plus. Now the only thing left to do is to go back and get pure black character tendency. Remember, you're at +5. You now need to go from +5 all the way to -5. Now, sadly, this is actually very easy to do. And all you have to do is you have to kill the following things. So to get from a pure white character tendency to pure black character tendency, you have to kill the following people. Kill Sage Frick's apprentice, kill Saint Urbain's 2 apprentices, and kill the filthy man in Stonefan Tunnel. Once you kill those guys, you will go immediately to pure black. Once you go to pure black, when you're doing this thing, you need to have in section 3, in section 3-2 Upper Latria, Tower of Latria, on your way to the Blood Swamp. I forgot to mention this because there's so many things to mention. But you should have found a guy named Yurt. He's locked in a cage. Open the cage up and just kill him. Killing Yurt will not affect your character tendency because he's pure evil. You can kill Yurt at any time. I recommend while you're doing the pure White War tendency events, where you're getting the War to White War tendency, kill Yurt at that time. If you've killed Yurt, and the minute your character is at pure black character tendency, Mephistopheles will show up right on over here. Boom. Mephistopheles will show up right over here in this corner, right here. Okay, she's not there right now because obviously I'm in the beginning of the game, but here's Mephistopheles. She'll show up here. And you will then talk to Mephistopheles, and she will give you quests to kill all of the people in the Nexus. She only appears at pure black character tendency, which is why, as you can see, I'm here at pure black because you end with that. Okay, you go to pure white, then you go to pure black. Pure black gets Mephistopheles to appear. Yurt has to be dead for her to appear. Okay, she appears. She gives you assignments. You're going to be killing Urbain, Frake, Patches, Biorr, and Yuria in that order. Once you kill all of those people, go talk to her after killing each of those people, and she will give you rewards. And then when you finally kill Yuria, and you talk to her, she will give you the full ring. That's the only way to get the full ring. Once she gives the full ring, she will attack you. You will kill her. Then you will loot her body, and then you will be finished with the black character event for your new game playthrough. Okay, that's it, guys. That's how you get everything in new game. Now, there's one thing I unfortunately did forget, which is this. You will want to start the Mephistopheles side quest before killing the blue dragon. I'm going to repeat that. You will want to start the Mephistopheles side quest before killing the blue dragon, because at that point, as she's giving you the assignments, she'll give you kill Saint Urbain. You did it. You get a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Kill Sage Frick and his apprentice. You already killed the apprentice to get a black. You already killed the apprentice to get to black character tendency. But anyways, you kill Freyk, you get another Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, okay? After killing Urbane and Freyk, she'll say, I want you to kill Patches. If you kill Patches, you get a Colorless Demon Souls. Then she'll say, kill Biorr. Now, if you listened to me earlier, Biorr will still be locked up in his jail cell. Going down there using Firestorm, and then using Firestorm to stimulate him or shooting him through the bars of the jail, he'll come out and he can't attack you, not really, because he's locked behind the jail. And then if you just basically use a straight sword and you do this, you can actually kill him through the jail. Biorr is a really tough enemy. He's really, really difficult to kill. He can do a lot of heavy damage with his claymore. So killing him in the jail is the easiest way to do it without getting killed yourself. And if you kill Biorr, you're going to get a Colorless Demon Souls. The reason you have to start the Mephistopheles quest before you kill the Blue Dragon is because if you kill the Blue Dragon, Biorr will simply disappear from the jail cell and you won't be able to get his Colorless Demon Soul. Okay? Another reason to keep Biorr in the jail cell is because if you free him too early, he's going to show up and try to fight both the Penetrator boss as well as the Blue Dragon boss. And there is a chance, if you're not lucky, that either of those bosses may kill him. And if they kill him and you don't kill him before the Mephistopheles quest, you do not get the Colorless Demon Souls. And you want 10 Colorless Demon Souls throughout the game, each playthrough, if you can. So again, if you're going back to my FAQ and listening to this again, make sure that while you're shifting the tendency back to pure white for the Boletarian Palace, before going to kill the Blue Dragon, before even going to that area of the Blue Dragon, start the Mephistopheles quest, get to pure black world tendency, get to pure black character tendency by killing the NPCs, the acolytes, get Mephistopheles to appear, go through her quest, and finish the quest because killing Biorr will be part of that quest, and that's how you get his Colorless Demon Souls. After finishing the Mephistopheles quest, then go ahead and kill the Blue Dragon, kill False King Allant. Okay? Whew. So at the end of all of that, you will have gotten every single thing, the ally ring for pure white character tendency, the full ring for a pure black character tendency, and Mephistopheles side quest. You've got the Colorless Souls for killing Patches and killing Biorr, and by manipulating the world tendencies and killing the bosses, you are at +3 for Boletarian Palace, +3 for Stonefang Tunnel, +3 for Tower of Latria, +3 for Shrine of Storms, and +2 for the Valley of Defilement. Now finish the game. Okay, finish the game. If it's your first time playing, get the good ending, get the Maiden in Black Soul, and you're going to start New Game Plus. You're going to start New Game Plus. And in New Game Plus, the character tendency and the world tendency all carry over. Unfortunately, they do not reset to neutral, which means you are stuck at pure black world tendency, and you are starting good, very nicely, in almost all pure white world tendency for all of the 4 worlds, as well as the Valley of Defilement. At this point, you are a leg up on the situation because, of course, this is where you want to be. Now just play through New Game Plus as normal, and the only thing you have to do in New Game Plus is the following. You still have to go into Fracture World. You have to get all 13. You have to get all 13 ceramic coins over again. I repeat, you have to get all 13 ceramic coins over again. That means going to pure white world tendency, open up section 1-3. You have to kill one of the archdemons, in one of the other worlds. Get all of that, okay, guys, get all of that, and then you have to go into pure black world tendency in order to get the ceramic coins in the pure black world tendency. Those 13 ceramic coins in pure white world tendency, pure black world tendency, added to the 13 you already got, will get you a total of 26 ceramic coins. Go to Sparkly the Crow, trade in the 26 ceramic coins for the rusted key, then go into section 1-3, use the rusted key in the door, get the penetrator armor, and now you've got the penetrator armor. So, doing everything perfectly, you do have to go through at least New Game Plus to get the penetrator armor in New Game Plus. If you've gotten everything perfectly, you've gotten exactly 26 ceramic coins. Remember, the first thing you do in pure white world tendency is to go into fractured mode, get the 7 ceramic coins, and the first thing you do in pure black world tendency is to go into the fracture world and get the 6 ceramic coins for a total of 13 ceramic coins, okay? And then after that, in pure black world tendency, you're gonna have to flip back toward pure white, again kill the black phantoms, and again kill the primeval demon, and that will flip you 6 points over. So in New Game Plus, of course, you're going to be doing a lot of things over and over again. The one thing you don't have to worry about is pure black character tendency. Now, of course, killing the black phantoms will shift you from pure black character tendency to neutral. Remember, to neutral, right? You killed 5 black phantoms in the first game, new game. That shifted you from neutral to pure white. But going from pure black character, killing all 5 of those will just get you to neutral. At that point, since you already have your full ring, you no longer have to go back to pure black. Just keep yourself at neutral. Okay, guys, that was almost an hour. That was pretty insane, pretty intense. I think if you do all of that, you will have finished your 2 games with 26 ceramic coins, the rest of the key, the penetrator armor, and you will have essentially gotten the full ring, the ally ring, and then all of the tendency events. And from there, you can manipulate as necessary. You can get colorless demon souls as necessary. Future new game playthroughs, you only have to get the you only have to get the primeval demon to appear to kill them and get the colorless demon soul. So in new game plus and beyond, you can kill the pure white world tendency characters. In other words, you can legitimately kill Selen Vinland in World 5, Skirvir in World 2, and Lord Rydell in World 3, even their white counterparts, because killing them will then shift the world tendency -3 in the opposite direction, which will save you some Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And of course, you don't care about black character tendency anymore because you've already gotten the ally ring from pure white character, which is why you can see on my 6th playthrough, my character tendency is pure black because I am usually killing the pure white world tendency event characters to shift it more quickly toward neutral to get to the -3 to get the primeval demon to appear together to get the colorless demon souls. Remember that in future playthroughs in new game plus and beyond, you don't need to get the black phantoms to show up. There's no reason to kill them anymore because you don't have to manipulate character tendency anymore. You already got all the loot. So you only have to get to -3 to get the primeval demon to appear to kill the primeval demon to get the colorless demon souls. And so the easiest way to get from pure white into essentially -3 is kill the white world tendency character, body form Executioner Marauder, body form Skirvir, body form Rydell, body form Satsuki, body form Selen. That will get you all the way down to 0, and then from 0, use the 3 Stones of Ephemeral Eyes to get you to -3. You'll get the primeval demon to appear, and then kill them for the colorless demon, and then from there you kill bosses. If you kill the primeval demon, it'll shift you back into neutral tendency. Then typically killing the bosses will get you right back into pure white world tendency, which leaves you starting new game plus for me here at all pure white. And then you start the cycle again and again and again, depending on how many colorless demon souls you want. Okay? So this is it. That's as comprehensive as I can get. 1 hour's worth of perfect manipulation to get everything you need. If you have any questions, comment below. But I hope that was helpful, and now you realize why there's nothing like this out on the internet. There's nothing on YouTube like this for the PS5 because it's so ridiculously complicated, especially doing a solo mode by yourself offline. Okay, pay attention, listen to the video more times if you have to, because you must be perfect. Any mistake along any of these paths, and you will screw it up, and you're gonna have to play again an entire game to get the stuff you need. Okay, guys. Until next time, take care. This was probably one of the most complicated, FAQ for the Demon Souls Remake PS5. Bye-bye.